Technically.
Right, like you're at a restaurant. Nope. I'm not going down that road with you. I refuse to go.
When are you having kids? I ate them.
Oh, gee.
All right, now we can go. Back. Now it is going.
Hello. Welcome to Just Parent Things.
Change.
We have a juicy episode for you today. We're gonna get somebody fired. I mean, retroactively, she's already been fired. But we're gonna talk about something that I think everybody has strong feelings about.
Yeah.
I think everybody got strong feelings about. If you're listening to us on any of the podcast listening places, please.
We don't want you that bad, but
like, review, give us them 5 stars. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to do this thing not for the short term, but for the long term. We're trying to build a community. We're trying to build a tribe. And we would really appreciate your support. We would appreciate and love if you could, help us out. And if you're on YouTube, do the YouTube things. If you enjoy it,
subscribe,
like it. If you don't enjoy it, cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to ask for a free like. If you like what we do, like it. If you don't like it, it's cool. But without further ado, we're going to jump right into a question of the day. And these are the funniest responses. I don't know. Some of them are funny. Some of them are not that funny, but we'll see how we go. To the question.
He forgot somebody.
Oh,
Gigi!
no. Pew, 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 pew.
Woo!
Say hello to the people.
She got her little microphone. Talk to the people, girl. Talk to the people. Okay.
She said, "Yep, we got a quiet day today, but don't worry. At some point, you will hear her voice.
You gonna hear?
Oh, and yeah, I forgot introductions. It's me, girl, dad,
Mama.
Oh, Mama's in the house.
What's poppin'?
Yeah. So today we're gonna read some responses to the question. Hey, when are you gonna have kids?
Ew.
When are you gonna give me grandkids?
Ew.
Hey, when are you gonna have kids?
Ew.
When are you gonna bring people into this world?
Get out of my uterus.
So, ask me the question. I'll respond. How do these people respond?
Wait, I want to respond.
Like, I have the stuff though.
Oh.
So ask me, when am I gonna have kids?
Oh my gosh, it's been so nice. I haven't seen you. When are you guys having kids?
When you stop asking. Every time you ask, I'm adding another year. Oh, I like that.
Dang.
I like that. Give me another one.
Oh my goodness. She's already 4 days old. When is the next one coming?
No, that wasn't a good one. You messed me up. It didn't work out. It didn't work out. No, you just gotta ask it straight because that's how the responses come in.
Oh my goodness.
When are you gonna have kids?
When are you having kids?
I'm sterile. Thanks for reminding me. Oh, could you imagine? Could you imagine?
But I feel like people.
But that's fair.
It's fair. But the thing is, and not to be having people in y'all business, but like, if we just straight up tell people the response, because the thing is, this question is very similar to the "How are you doing today?" No one really knows how you. No one really wants to know how you're doing.
Oh, but the thing that's nice about the sterile is you don't even have to be sterile.
No, you don't.
You just have to make them feel terrible about asking a dumb question.
And that's what I'm saying. Like when people are like, "Oh my gosh, when are you guys having kids?"
We're still practicing.
That makes me feel uncomfortable.
But that's funny though, because it's again, why are you asking about when I have sex?
Literally.
Because that's literally what it is.
First of all, also the conversation.
It's like asking, when are you gonna have sex without a condom?
Like, oh my gosh, first date, just did it. Right? No, but I will say the biggest thing for me that I hated when people would ask me that was, I did not want kids. And that was just not a conversation I was ever comfortable with. And people make me feel bad because they would make you think the only way you'll exist as a woman, that your existence here on earth is to reproduce, take care of them, and just completely forget you as an individual exists.
And also forget that there's so many things that go into people's decisions about whether to have kids or not, whether they can or can't have kids, whether it's the right time. Because guess what? You don't know their story.
You don't know what my uterus is doing. You don't know what my man's fallopian... No, you don't have fallopian tubes. I have fallopian tubes. You don't know what his...
You don't know what my fallopian tubes are doing.
You don't know what his sperm is doing. When are you having kids?
Have kids? I'm vegan. I don't eat meat.
Technically.
Right, like you're at a restaurant. Nope. I'm not going down that road with you. I refuse to go.
When are you having kids? I ate them.
Oh jeez. Oh jeez.
Bro,
I'm not a spitter.
Can you?
Who said that?
Can you imagine the jaw drops? Cause it's like, fam.
Ooh. Give me two more.
All right. Oh my goodness, it's so great to see you. When are you having kids?
When are you gonna tell your husband you're cheating on him? Ooh.
It's giving Kirk and Rashida.
Ooh.
It's giving.
Ooh. It's giving. Figure out your own household.
It's giving,
ma'am or mister.
What's the line she said? I came to you on TV, but your husband didn't come to you at all. Okay.
And a period.
And that's the Jasmine we were talking about earlier.
There it is.
Oh my god.
All right, give me one more. All
right. I gotta get in character. Oh my gosh, happy Thanksgiving. When are you guys having kids?
When are you gonna take care of yours? That was good too, because that was a Thanksgiving one. That was a good one.
That's a hot take.
That was a nice little.
Take.
I'm gonna give him one extra.
I bet.
Actually, I'm gonna give him two, but it's gonna be back to back.
Oh my gosh. When are you guys having kids?
Oh, we're still practicing. And then the last one is we prefer using the back door.
Oh.
Because you wanted to know. Because you wanted intimate details. I will say there was some good ones though that were like a lot harsher, where it was just like the kind of around the whole like I'm sterile one, where it's like I don't want kids, and just look at them in the face, and it's fair. That's a valid answer.
That's a complete sentence. No, is a complete sentence.
Yep. Or like just like going real intimate details about like your struggles and just making them feel like bad.
If I wanted to, I could have done the exact same thing. Like when people ask me like, "Oh, do you really want to know why I don't want to have children?" Because we can have a conversation.
You want to hear my mental health history?
Do you want to know the trauma associated with it? Because we can talk.
But it is a really deeply personal question.
It is. And people need to learn that asking that question could also be triggering for some people.
100%.
Because, another Love and Hip Hop reference, but...
that's going to be common. Yeah.
That's going to be common. Y'all, I am a Love and Hip Hop weirdo. Anyway, but it's reminding me of that episode... And
I don't know this episode.
You don't. This is Hollywood. Don't nobody care about Hollywood.
Okay, I was like, I'm not following you,
sis. Ray J's sperm count, no, his sperm count was good. But a group of the men from Hollywood went to go get their sperm. Oh, it was Wiz Khalifa. Not Wiz Khalifa. What's that boy name?
What are you even talking about,
What's
bro?
That boy name?
I don't know.
Waka and Tammy.
Oh,
Waka.
yeah.
His sperm count was low.
Oh,
and
I didn't know
Tammy
about that.
Couldn't have children.
Okay.
And so it's just like that.
Waka flocka.
That moment, because like sometimes it's the woman's body that's not able to produce, but also sometimes it's the men's body that's not able to help produce. And so it's like you asking that question is like super invasive.
It is. It really is.
Also, violation of HIPAA.
Also, it's the reason why we're trying to get Vanessa Lachey.
Lashley.
I don't know what her name is. One of the hosts for Love is Blind fired.
Listen,
you heard it here, folks. Petition.
We're going to give a disclaimer. Spoiler alert. If you haven't watched season 4 and you haven't watched the reunion by now, first of all, where have you been?
Where you been?
Where have you been?
Where have you been
all my life? Jiggles.
Got me.
Anyway, if you haven't watched season 4 and if you haven't watched the reunion, stop right here. Go watch it.
Because we're going to do a breakdown real quick.
Yeah, we talking about it. No, Vanessa, I got beef with her.
You and everybody else. Beef. You and everybody, and for good reason.
Beef.
Now you make everybody in the internet mad.
Listen.
You're not just beef.
Well
Not the moo beef.
Nah,
well done.
Yeah.
All right.
So
where are we gonna start? Spoiler alert: she asked everybody that all the
yeah.
couples, when are you gonna have kids? When are we gonna have a Love Is Blind baby?
Yeah,
and it's like
it was making me feel uncomfortable.
Kind of a bad.
So we can start with I guess the couples that made it through all the way to the reunion.
Yeah.
All the rest of the couples don't
honestly
matter.
like it was tea. There was like that season was
because all right, we're gonna go couple by couple.
Cool.
All right. So I think we can start with everyone's favorite, like the king and queen
gang
of Love Is Blind # Black Love
season 4.
Season 4.
Because I feel like Cam and Lauren are still probably. Do you not remember season 1?
I have to go back and watch because
they're fan favorites for sure.
So Brett and my homegirl Tiffany, like
Black Love is Black loving it. We love it.
Beautiful.
We love to see it.
They're
mature.
Yes.
Ready for it.
Yes.
Clearly there for the right reasons.
Sleeping on each other in the pods.
Yo, but actually, like, if you find out, like, if you read about, wow, I have not read about any of this stuff. I've been watching YouTube videos.
No, we've been watching TikTok.
But they've been keeping them in, like, boxes. They give them bunk beds. It's crazy how much money this show makes.
Because remember, when we noticed it, we were watching season 4.
Yeah.
And it was Irina and Micah. They were laying on the couch.
First of all, Mean Girls.
Yeah.
I didn't even know people were still Mean Girls in their 20s and 30s. That's wild.
Nah.
Like, you too old for that, but...
Too old. But the thing that made me realize they don't have beds is Irina and Micah were laying on the couch. And I was like, y'all don't got no home? Y'all don't got no bed? So they literally just, to my knowledge, and look, Marshall, tell me if I'm right or wrong. It looked like they got them squatting in the big area.
No, so they say they put them in like trailers, and basically it can be like up to like 4 people in a room, and it'd be like bunk beds, and it's like not comfortable. Wild. Which is wild because they got money. And then apparently, like, season 1 was huge, so it's not like they didn't have money.
And apparently they have them in those like dates that we see for
up to 20 hours.
Jinkles.
And
I'm killing it right
now. And they put them as contractors, so they barely pay them.
Yeah, that's insane.
Like, they really not making money
that's
for
crazy.
It's crazy. But anyway, so we got our unproblematic duo,
the unproblematic
king and queen.
Amazing.
Like, they just out here, they ready. They living their lives.
Jinkles.
Dang it, you beat me to it.
And then,
yeah, which problematic pair are we going to next?
I mean,
the ones that redeemed themselves. Let's go with the ones that redeemed themselves.
Kwame and Chelsea?
No. I'm not gonna hold you. I know they came out saying that their relationship is they still lying. Kwame still look like he's trapped.
Kwame is giving Get Out. I got caught at the...
But by choice, though. It's like a weird mix of, like, it's like he knows he's in Get Out, but he's like, it is what it is. Jiggles.
Okay, so you have Tiffany and Brett.
I was thinking, what's his name? Bliss and Zach.
Okay, so Bliss and Zach.
So we hated Zach.
I liked Zach.
Did you?
Nah, he was still weird
because he was still picking Arena, and I was like, why is this a question?
Before he got to that dilemma.
No, I'm thinking because he was tossing that up back and forth. Yeah. He was going back and forth like
and
Arena.
It really bothered me how he really played with my girl Bliss.
He really did.
But then turn around, got with Irina. And
he got done dirty, character. And he was like, "I know?" ?
Also, he
was
does
like,
have,
"You're kind of creepy."
He does have eyes like Jeffrey Dahmer. Like, he does look like he'll.
But
kill
the thing about it that's weird though, it is. I don't know if it's the edit. I don't know if it's just how you like your vibe is. But when he's sitting next to Bliss, he looks regular.
He looks normal.
When he's sitting next to Irina,
he looks
like a demon, bro.
He does.
Like, he looks creepy.
Really does. And
I was like, but yeah, he looked. Anyway, he didn't. He was. But so the reason they redeemed themselves is he picked the wrong person,
right?
Which is wild that they just let him back on the show with the other person.
No, because I also feel like he had to come back because he was like, "Dad, I don't want to leave the show right now."
Yeah, but I will say the reason he redeemed himself for me was in the lame reunion.
Oh,
lame reunion. He was the only person trying to say anything. He
came guns a-blazing, and you saw Bliss like rubbing on him, like, bro. Yeah.
That's how you be doing me sometimes when I'm trying to come out of character.
You have to.
Yeah.
Bliss knew her mans was coming with She knew he was coming with the heat.
And I wish she didn't stop him because we really needed something.
I needed some
that
tea
was dry.
because y'all had me waiting for over an hour and a half. Had me going on TikTok to watch somebody.
Literally had to watch that thing on TikTok. That's wild.
It's insane. Wild. Anyway, so Zach and Bliss. And
then we'll go. Yeah, we can do the. They're boring to me.
Who?
Kwame and Chelsea.
Kwame, they're not boring to me because Chelsea.
Because they both fake.
Chelsea, when you see her in the pods, you're like,
she looked
oh my
real
gosh, she's so sweet. Like she really cares about this man. She's getting played because he is playing her like a fiddle.
In love, like an unnatural amount of love for how short of a time.
Babe.
Watched him cheat essentially.
Cheat with Micah.
To her face
at the pool,
and was like, yeah,
ain't no way. And then the part that made me realize that Chelsea was trash was when her and Kwame were talking, and Kwame was talking about, which in this moment I do agree with Kwame, but he was talking about how he is the one giving up a lot of his life. Like,
all of it.
Nowhere,
he's the only one that changed.
He's not compromising.
Yeah,
he's not sacrificing. He's compromising. Like, he's settling because she was making him change so much of who he is as an individual. But yet, if you go back and look at
what she said.
Yeah, that's just marriage. And at that point, I was like, "Oh, you vile."
Yeah, you're not a good.
Like, you're not a good person. So yeah, that was my beef with Chelsea because she really came out and her true character showed.
But I don't feel bad for Kwame because this man was moving weird the entire show.
He was moving weird from jump, but also, it came out that he was on another show anyway.
Yeah,
so
he been trying to be famous. He been trying to be famous. I don't feel bad for you, for real. Who's next? Is it the toxic? Is it the toxic?
They already want that license because remember, Micah and Paul didn't make it all the way.
Oh yeah, Micah and Paul, boring.
Yeah.
Oh, though.
What?
We could talk about I didn't see that mothering instinct or whatever he said. The maternal, the nurture. You're not a nurturing person. Which, all right.
I'm sorry.
I don't know if this is a hot take. It shouldn't be a hot take. But did anybody, why was Vanessa, first of all, again.
We'll get to that.
Why was she coming for his neck?
Listen.
Why was she coming for his neck? Micah was a mean girl. She was a bad person, bro.
And also, what's his name? Paul. Because him and Zach both look alike.
That's not true.
They do.
They don't.
They do.
They don't. They don't even have the same shape face at all.
Whatever. They do.
You just don't know how to tell white people apart. Yeah, I'm going to say it. I'm going to call you out.
It's giving all black people look alike.
Facts up. All right.
But no. So, with Paul, I got where he was coming from to a certain extent. Because it's like, yes.
I think it's valid.
If you want to be with somebody and you want to build a future with this person and you want to have children with this person, and just based off of the time that he spent with her, even though he still should have chose my girl, Amber, which that's a whole nother thing. That, you fully messed up that Reese's. Yes, Steve. Unfortunate. In the time he spent with Micah, he was like, "Oh, you're a nice person to me, but I don't think you'll be the caring, nurturing person to my child." And for him, that was a deal breaker. He was like, never mind. And then she took it. I felt it was a personal thing, but I felt like it was crocodile tears because you and Irina were getting blasted for being the mean girls.
And they were. And also, the company you keep. Literally. And her friends are terrible.
Her friends are terrible people.
With
terrible tans, bad makeup.
And also, they literally laughed at her running off of the...
And she tried to justify it.
But also, we also know that it's all cap because they dated right after.
Literally.
So if it was such a heartbreaking comment...
Yeah.
Why did you date?
Well, according to her,
because she didn't know.
In the reunion, she said she did. Yeah, in the reunion, she said she had just watched it right before the reunion. Yeah. Which cap jinkles. So it's just like, now, do we want to get into the Jackie and Marshall situation?
Ooh, we have to get into the Jackie and Marshall. How can we avoid that?
Yeah, Jackie and Marshall, Talk about.
All right, we have to make a disclosure.
Disclaimer,
right?
Disclaimer.
Whichever. I don't know which one.
Anyway, I went to school with Marshall. Marshall and I
worked together.
We worked together. We had our little hangouts. I think we were cool. And it's not anything for me to like try to ride his coattails or nothing, because Marshall been doing his thing for the last 5 years. We do like the whole, the friends where after y'all graduate, we just kind of like laugh at each other's stuff. Yeah. Like comment, all that stuff.
But anyway. Like we're not speaking or she's not speaking from a space of like this being a perfect stranger. Like
no, yeah. So
there's gonna be some bias.
It's gonna be some bias, absolutely. But I think based on the Marshall that I went to school with and the Marshall I saw on TV, I think it was a good representation of him as a person. Yeah. Because Marshall is just genuinely a caring, nice person. Like, honestly, if Marshall watches this and he was like, Dag, I really didn't bang with Shorty like that, I couldn't tell because he was so nice. Like, me and Marshall would be like, vibing.
Or no, it'd be worse if he was like, Crystal who?
Like, Crystal who?
I ain't never
But no, like, when we would hang out, because our school used to have these cookouts, and, like, we would hang out and everything. We took pictures. We actually, when you left for Peace Corps, he was one of the people that went out when the group of us went out to like cheer me up and stuff. I remember. Yeah. So yeah, we was vibing.
Because y'all worked at the same office.
Yeah, so we was vibing. Like... So when I saw his character on the TV, I thought it was a good representation of him as Marshall, the guy I knew. Yeah. And I feel like Jackie was not the best person for him.
Nah, I think he was very much looking with his eyes. Granted, it's love is blind. That's what I'm saying.
So technically, was he looking with his eyes?
I'm just saying, like, I guess whatever they made happen in the pods, because we didn't really get a big chunk of their dating. Or if it did, it was bland. I didn't get it. He did do a poem, I think.
Yeah, but I don't think it was a fair shoot of showing their relationship. Also, I don't remember a lot of Jackie and Josh in the pods either.
At all.
Because when they came back and showed some of their snips, I was like, I don't remember watching that.
Yeah.
Anyway, so with Jackie and Marshall during the reunion, Vanessa, garbage.
Bro.
Garbage. First
That's
of all,
why we're trying to get fired for real.
First of all, they made this whole derogatory term make it sound like Marshall
he was being transphobic.
Yeah, he was being transphobic. He called out her name.
I'm not going to hold you. I don't see it. I don't know why saying someone's got a strong jawline has to be
you got a strong jawline. That thing is... Captain.
And also, if it's jokey jokes that are in context, like, because clearly she was calling him all types of sugar in the tank, sweet,
so my thing is like, that. You was coming for him, and he fired one back at you. You just couldn't handle the heat. That's all that comes.
No. I think, honestly, what I'm guessing happened was they were probably going back and forth when they were still cool, and then when they stopped being cool, it was a question of like, oh, I got to figure out a way to make him look bad. You know what I'm saying? And now it's like a pointing. Like, had they stayed cool, that would have never come up. No. Right? It would have just been jokey jokes, and they would have kept it pushing. Supposedly, the reason everything sort of like went south is there was undisclosed. Oh, okay. You really wanted to be with Ma, huh?
But Jackie, she really, and I don't care because she also came out talking about, the way they cut the show with making it look like I saw Josh before I broke up with Marshall. I have different hair.
She said it straight up.
Girl, shut up. Don't nobody care. It was still wrong.
But also, one of the things that I thought was kind of messed up, and again, wasn't called out in the reunion because she didn't show up.
She didn't show up, which also, oh man.
That makes me mad. If you sign up for a show, you have to, like...
So I was reading some of the comments. Some people were like, "Oh, they should have had them show up. They should have had them sign a whole thing where they have to come to the reunion." And people were saying they did have that in the contract. I don't know how true that is.
So then, why do you? So then, at that point, I don't want that video.
No.
Like, you just don't get visibility.
You don't
you come and have the conversation,
exactly,
or you don't get the visibility.
And
point
the thing
blank,
that irritated me was Vanessa, the way she was ragging on Marshall.
But she was so nice to them.
So nice, like, oh my God, you guys have had a year together. Could have been. And also, Jackie was posting that they were together before the show aired, so she wasn't supposed to be doing that.
Not illegal.
It's not illegal,
under contract or whatever.
But it was just like, you're not a good person. She had all of her mental health issues.
No, but that's what I was going to say, though.
She was very much a narcissistic, gaslighting individual.
Ooh, spit that.
Thank you.
But what I was going to say was they dogged Irina and Micah for mean girl behavior.
Exactly.
Jackie was right there with them.
She
called people peasants. She was saying they were creepy. She was saying they were ugly. She's saying she's the baddest thing in there.
It was ugly, and Marsha was like,
he was real diplomatic.
He was like, everyone has their looks. In that pool scene, I was like, you know what, Marshall, you better go here with your politically correct self. Also, you're just a nice person, but yeah.
Vanessa, let's talk about it.
So
we're getting a little bit of context, so you know.
I was gonna say,
honestly, watch it because we have not gotten into any it's just surface level.
So the thing with the reunion was there was a part they're getting ready to close, and Vanessa starts asking people about when is the first season someone already had a baby.
That was the second or third Batiste.
Okay.
And that wasn't even the baby from Love and Is Blind. That was like a random,
baby. Yeah. Okay, cool.
And he's also not. The people they chose to bring, he's not a good person.
I don't remember this individual.
Yeah, I don't think you watched that season. That
okay.
Season.
So anyway, during the reunion, they show him on the screen with the baby, and he does make reference to someone having a baby out of the cast. But
Japan.
Japan.
There's a Love Is Blind baby in Japan.
Okay.
Supposedly we gotta watch that. It's a way better.
Yeah, I'll be down.
It's probably less drama, but they actually are there for the right reasons.
Right. So with him making reference to people having a baby, that's fine, right? But it was Vanessa individually calling people out. One that irritated me the most was Tiffany and Brett.
Right.
Because not to have any ageism or anything like that, but Tiffany and Brett, they don't look like they're trying to. And if they are, it's their business. But also Tiffany
they looking
and Brett,
like they're trying to be living lavish,
be in love, and live their life.
And honestly, more power to them.
Absolutely.
We are happily parents, but this is not everybody's journey.
No.
And this is not everybody's desire. And even if it is, not everybody has the ability to do it. And they look like they are dual income, no kids, and having a blast.
Money. Listen, Brett, my man worked for
Brett's
Nike.
moneyed up though. Mans is like
that Nike wall.
He I don't really think about the stuff I be buying.
Nah.
I be buying it. Tiffany's like, I'm trying to do the budget. He I got money. Budgeting's for broke folk.
Exactly.
That's terrible. Everybody should budget.
You should budget. You want to know what our best budget is?
Do you really need a budget if you're a billionaire?
No. Also, my budgeting advice is just get more money.
Get more money. Which is a great time for us to tell you that we have a Patreon.
Yeah.
And we would love you to join a little tribe. Jump on there. And we're trying to build a community. We're trying to build a tribe, as we said. As part of that, we're going to be doing $5 for the entry level. What's it called? Tier, yeah. Juju is
she's very active.
She's talkative right now. She's telling you join. She's saying
join.
Help us pay for her diapers, bro.
Yo, cause these diapers
they ain't cheap.
And wipes
they ain't cheap.
What?
Them formula they ain't cheap.
That formula.
But
and don't breastfeed shame in the comments.
Don't do all that.
Don't do that.
We be mixing
block you.
But don't do that. We don't play that here.
We don't play that.
Every parent is
Parents
valid
differently. Anyway.
But no, the Patreon, we're trying to build a community, and part of it is supporting each other financially, which is why we're committing that half of the money, 50% of the money that comes in is going to come right back to the community. So the first tier is going to be $5 a month. That's nothing, bro. That's a cup of coffee in a month. And not even Starbucks.
That is a Starbucks cup.
Yeah, but you don't. That's a basic. People don't even really be getting. That's like a plain black coffee.
My average Starbucks order starts at $7.
Yeah. So we're gonna be doing plenty of strange things. So go ahead and give us a little bit of change, and 50% of that is gonna be coming right back out to the community every month.
Something strange.
We're gonna figure out if it's gonna be a raffle, if it's gonna be based on need, however we're gonna do it. And this is gonna be forever, y'all. So we're really trying to build it out. The more people you get to engage, the more people they get on that Patreon, the more money we get, the more money there's going to be coming out.
Yeah.
And I mean, hopefully we want to do this thing for real, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But let's get back on track.
Yeah.
So Vanessa is asking people about when they're going to have kids, right?
Yeah.
And not to mention all the other stuff she did. The reunion was late. She didn't ask the right people the right questions.
Nope.
She was coming for the wrong people's neck.
The wrong
not misogyny, the opposite. Sexism.
Yeah.
Like, just coming for all the guys and, like, letting a lot of the girls just get off scot-free. Really not digging. Like, she wasn't asking the juicy stuff. Like, we signed up for a reunion.
I signed up to see...
People got Netflix accounts, bruh.
Fam.
Just to see this live.
I signed up to hear why Paul left Amber and went to Micah.
Facts.
Why didn't we bring that up?
Facts.
Because that was a very important storyline that they failed to talk about.
Drop that.
Also, they fully dropped the ball on Paul hitting homegirl butt when he was walking out of there.
But they showed, I think it came out like that wasn't really anything at all.
Cap.
He was just, it really, and if you look it back, you literally don't even see it. What I'm saying is, like, they needed to ask.
Y'all know he hit that girl butt.
He did not. He did not.
did.
Yeah, everybody. The internet be doing too much. Y'all be doing. You and the internet be doing too much.
I do too much, and that man hit that girl butt.
They weren't asking Kwame about that conversation with Micah because they were just like, we are happily married.
Nah. They didn't talk.
They didn't dig a little bit deeper into that.
They didn't talk to Kwame about that conversation. They didn't talk to Kwame and Chelsea about the whole compromising thing.
Facts.
Also, the comment that he made, which I feel like a lot of people let slide under the radar, when he was like, "This is where I need to be," instead of "This is where I want to be."
Oh yeah, he didn't want to be there. He doesn't want. We know that.
And it's like they came out like either right before or right after the reunion with this montage of videos of them like singing and dancing and everything. And I'm like, baby girl, everybody can do that.
And I mean, I'm not saying their relationship fake. I don't know what their situation is. But they could have just dug a little bit deeper than they did.
Yeah.
I really wish we'd have gotten a little bit more on the whole Jackie Marshall situation.
Yeah, absolutely.
Did she really have?
Ooh.
Because I feel like that really changes. That changes a lot.
I didn't like the narrative that she was trying to push, talking about he's too soft.
Oh, that's toxic.
He's too soft.
That's toxic.
Just admit that you want your head knocked between a washing machine and a dryer and keep it pushing. But you don't have to down a man because he is in touch with his emotions.
The washing machine and the dryer?
Say it like it is, because you can't. She went to Josh. But just because, and the thing that irritated me the most was...
we don't want to assume.
No, but the thing that irritated me was when her text messages were leaked.
Yeah, that was
the text
toxic.
message leaked for me. That was very much giving bully. It was
100%. And that's what I'm saying. Like, she fully is a bully. And they did not, she had no, they didn't, and everybody's whole thing, Micah, I feel like, was given a huge pass and like made to be the victim.
Tears.
And I'm like, you were the queen bee of the Mean Girls. And so rightfully jumps on Irina's neck because she deserves it. But Micah's left scot-free. And I'm just like, what? What are you doing, Vanessa? What are you doing? And the only reason we're calling out Vanessa is because Nick was barely there.
Nick did not talk.
This man might as well have just not been there.
He did not need to be there.
He was decoration.
He was fully irrelevant.
She said irrelevant. Irrelevant.
But no, irrelevant. Didn't trust support and pay my rent. No, but dang, I lost my thought. Irina. So Irina, when baby,
go find it.
When this baby girl started crying these crocodile white tears because she was getting called out.
I didn't believe it.
Listen. I'm in this Facebook group, and the first thing I posted, I was like, these crocodile tears. Everybody comments and it was like, girl, yes, because you knew you were wrong. Facts. You got called out. You got caught. And now you can't erase what's already on TV.
Facts.
And it's like, you were not a special guest.
You want to be famous. You didn't want to be famous for this.
Exactly.
But also, what did you expect, bro?
Because you're a terrible person. And you...
honestly, it was triggering. Because those were like, y'all, everybody's been in most people have been in high school. All of us have encountered...
She was the girl that teased me.
And it's so triggering, bro, because it's that high school, like, hey, like, I'm going to be nice to your face so you can't say anything about it.
What scene was it
but then I'm going to be a jerk.
I think it was when Jackie was laying on the couch crying. And Micah was
comforting her.
No, Irina was comforting her. And Micah walks in laughing.
And she's
then Irina's like,
No, the worst one was that. Who was the one that got broken up with? Was it
when Amber?
It was Amber.
Paul broke up with Amber, and Micah,
they literally start clowning this girl. She's having a full breakdown.
Micah and Irene are on the other side of the room, and Micah says, "Go hear what they're saying," or something like that. And Irina goes over and dips behind the counter, and I'm like, y'all are rude. Like
any other show that'd have been pulled back up
exactly
and actually talked about with Micah's role in it too.
They need to watch Love and Hip Hop reunions.
Facts.
Or like Basketball Wives reunions. Like they need to watch these other reality shows reunions because y'all did not give us the reunion that we deserved.
They didn't give us the tea.
They did not.
People watch for the tea.
Literally.
Like, we're there for like, oh, do they find love? First of all, we know everybody's there in this space. We don't care.
I don't care.
That's why like Brett and Tiffany, like, when they try to give him a storyline and he's like, my pants don't. I was like.
The pants thing. First of all, when they kept doing the cuts and it was like, this should not be happening. Like, and I'm like, oh, like, this is a real high stake. I don't care, happening.
Bro. Because we know they going to make it.
What they should have did to fix this reunion, they should have brought the lady that fixed Brett pants to fix this. Because
honestly, literally should have been a better host.
Should have been a better host.
But let's talk about the
big old sparkle John on her shoulder. That outfit irritated me.
Hey.
No.
She's a designer.
No, absolutely not. Listen, all y'all know, Vanessa not only was a terrible host, but that outfit was god awful.
What was somebody saying? Why is she wearing the reflective thing like the one?
Somebody said she had a big old piece of aluminum foil on her shoulder. Yeah, like, what are we doing? Anyway, go ahead. Cause
all right. Let's talk. No, but like genuinely, let's talk about why it's so problematic for people to ask.
Absolutely.
Like we've hinted at it. We've talked about it a little bit.
Yeah.
But we just want to do a little bit more of like a deeper take of why it's really problematic. And we can use our personal story a little bit.
Yeah, I don't mind.
Because, we try to be authentic and honest here.
The timing.
So our beautiful, beautiful baby girl
was a surprise.
Was a little surprise. Was quelle surprise. Because initially when we got into, first of all, we started the relationship.
You can say the tea. Like I told
she said,
listen, when we first started dating, I said I don't want children.
She did.
I said I don't want
children. Which was
children.
Interesting because at that point I already had names for my children.
Yeah.
Which is an interesting dynamic, right? When you fall in love with someone who is not compatible in that way with you. Mm-hmm. And she was in a space where she was like, I've got nieces and nephews. Like, I'm good. And I was like, cool. And the thing about it is, and I'm going to say this and it's going to sound disingenuous, but I had gotten to a space where I was like, cool. Oh, to be clear, it's not that she didn't want to raise children. She just didn't want to physically have children.
Give birth.
So we were going to have children. We were going to look to adopt down the road.
And all that stuff.
And so I was like, cool. Like I did want to have like I don't know how to say it because I don't want to like say the wrong thing for the internet. Yeah. Whatever. I do want to adopt, but I also had wanted to like
have your own.
Yeah, pass on the genes, as they say.
Yeah.
But was in love with this lady and was like, cool, like this is a space we're in where that's not something she wants, and like we'll do it, we'll do what we need to do.
Yeah. And
also we knew for a fact we weren't trying to have kids right away.
No.
Like that, we were both on the same page. We were like 2 to 3 years minimum of that double income, no kids life. And let me tell you, when we were doing it for a little bit, that was sweet.
Baby, we had 2 honeymoons.
It was juicy.
Okay.
We was out of the country. We was flying places. We was eating what we wanted.
Girl, yes.
We love you.
Listen.
We love you. But let me tell you.
Listen, she slowed us down for a year.
Let me tell you.
But listen.
You could just pick up and go when we wanted to.
Like Cardi said, when it's up, then it's up. So we back up this year.
But one of the things that the second, literally, when I tell you guys, the second we indicated that we're like in this for the long haul.
Yeah.
That was the first question.
Literally. And then the worst
And it wasn't
part,
even like when, it was like how many.
How many. And then the part was, a lot of people, they just knew, Crystal's not trying to have children right now.
Right.
They would,
it was so bold.
Nobody, because I didn't tell anybody until you.
Right.
I didn't tell nobody the real reason why I didn't want to have children.
Which is?
So the real reason I didn't want children was because if you asked me what my 2 fears were, trigger warning, if you asked me what my 2 fears were, I would say to be assaulted or to have a child. And because I, as someone who's watched many of my family members give birth, I was like, I don't want to put my body through that.
It's traumatic.
I don't want to do that. And so we get married. Mm-hmm. Fast forward, literally. And the thing is,
I don't know if you want to add. And there was also Are we doing real?
We're gonna lead them into it. But I was
no, not the mental part. The
background, religious.
Nah, not even.
I was
that.
Gonna say we
like because we also didn't know if we were gonna be able to have kids.
Yeah. So right. So leading up to us getting married, I learned that I had irregular periods, and like at one point, my doctor was like, "If you want to have children, you need to let me know."
Right, like we'd have to do fertility treatments and everything.
Because they were talking about I could potentially need fertility treatments, like all this stuff. So we really didn't know where having children would come into play. But
so needless to say, it was a messy situation.
By the time we got married, I was still very much on the like, if we have one, sis ain't gonna be planned. Mm-hmm. And so we get married, and we come from very religious families. So our wedding was
both of us are PKs.
Yeah, we're both PKs. So our wedding was on a Saturday. So Friday, everyone's like, don't have sex, don't have sex, don't have sex. To Saturday, we get married.
When are you gonna have sex?
When are you guys gonna have sex?
Without
when
a
are you guys
condom?
gonna have the baby? And I was just like, skirt.
It's weird.
And I was like, so we go from y'all literally are now.
Are y'all trying yet?
Right. We got all those questions, literally all those questions the day of our wedding.
Yeah, basically.
The day of our wedding.
Yep.
Mind you, no one has seen us leave the room.
Yep.
Fast forward, I'm on birth control. We're trying to figure stuff out. I forget to take my birth control.
Literally.
I'll put it out there. And
anyway, we just said somebody was ready to come to the world.
Yeah, she came to the
world.
world.
She decided, in spite of it all, she was going to come through. And we're happy to be here.
Yeah.
And we're happy to be in this situation. It's definitely been
a lot.
It's been a lot. And like
in another episode we'll talk about
we'll talk a little bit more about that.
Labor and delivery.
We get the labor and delivery story is gonna be
as someone who's been asked those questions. Right. As someone who's been asked those questions, it is one of the most insensitive questions you can ask a woman or a man.
Yeah. And also, it's none of your business.
It's none of your business.
It literally isn't. Even if you're, and I'm grandparents, I'm speaking to you right now, or want to be grandparents, right? Your choice to bring somebody to the earth does not mean your children have to make the same choice.
No.
And it doesn't mean they have to do it on your timeline.
Right.
Okay, ma'am, you are really active today, right? Yeah, you're real active. Yeah.
Anyway, but it's just unfortunate
I could
that.
do this for hours.
No, yeah.
You hungry?
But no, it's just unfortunate that we can wrap up. But it's just unfortunate that people, and I hate that it happened to these couples on TV.
And that's the other thing.
I hated that it happened to them on TV.
It's such a private question to ask somebody, and then expect them to answer on national television,
national TV,
without us knowing the context of it. Because again, these are like a year old, like. A year in a relationship, you barely know your relationship.
And also, what if they have been trying for that year?
What's his name? Cam from season 1 talked about that, and he was like, "You don't know what people are doing.
Like you don't know how. You don't know if Tiffany had just did her shot. You don't know if Bliss had just dealt with a miscarriage. You don't know
those are real
if
too.
Micah can't do anything because she has a hostile uterus. Like, it's just so many factors that go into play. You don't know if the men that they're with have low sperm count, or if they have no ability to have children because of how their body is formed.
Made choices for any number of other reasons.
It's just so many medical factors, personal choices, and I just hated that they were
beliefs. There's some people who just don't believe like we should bring more people on the planet.
Exactly,
and that's their choice.
So it bothered me that these people were put into this position on national TV. And then especially in a space where...
And the fact that somebody who's supposed to be a TV host can't catch the vibe of the room.
The worst part is
when clearly everyone in that space... No, let's not act like the people who ask are not women the most.
No, but I'm saying, Vanessa...
Ain't no grandparents out here like, where you going to have kids?
But my thing is, Vanessa has 4 children, which means she's gone... 4? Is it 4 of them?
Oh, yeah.
I don't remember. But she has children. And my thing is, after you have a child, you become more aware of things that you weren't aware of. Hopefully.
Because we know some people who got kids who don't have any sense of awareness.
Yeah.
So,
but it just bothered me that somebody like Vanessa, who's had multiple children, who felt comfortable enough in that space, in her power of position, to ask that question. Because you can tell that Bliss wanted to tell her to mind her business.
And she should have. I wish she had.
Bliss wanted to be like, it's none of your business.
And they got to do that polite TV thing of like, I don't, the Kwame fake laugh.
Listen. So,
but yeah.
Yeah. All that to say, if you see somebody, a new couple, a person, and y'all coming to Thanksgiving dinner or whatever, don't stop asking people when they're going to have kids.
Stop.
Just stop.
Stop.
Yeah. It's none of your business. It's not your place.
And it's weird.
Unless this person comes and confides in you.
Right. Like,
That's
I'm
different.
trying.
Right.
Whatever the case might be.
But don't force that on that person.
I'm trying to think of a time when it would be like somebody would be excited to get that question. I can't think of it.
No.
Literally, because like even if I know I want kids and I know I'm trying and I know everything's gonna be fine, I still don't want that question.
No,
because it's none of your business.
It's absolutely
if I want to share that with you, I will. Trust me. When we found out and we wanted to share that, we shared it with the people who needed to know.
I literally didn't post it on social media until I was 7 or 8 months pregnant.
Yeah, but when it was time to share, but we did share with like our loved ones. Yeah, but we
shared it with our person. And the funny thing is, even when we shared it with people, they were like, "Crystal, who having a baby?"
Your mother was having a baby.
Chill. It gets ghetto.
But anyway, thank you all so much.
Yes.
Watch, love, or don't, honestly, because I don't know. The reunion kind of left a bad taste in our mouth. Also, I never used to be a what are they called? Reality show person. She has messed me up.
I have.
It's so toxic. All of them are bad people, genuinely. Well, except I guess Marshall and like Brett.
Marshall, Brett, Tiffany.
It's hard to say that now because we know him personally.
I don't care. Marshall, Brett, and Tiffany, y'all good. Everybody else, y'all kick
Bliss cool too, even though
Bliss.
I don't know if she should have taken him back.
Basically, all the POCs except Kwame.
Ooh.
Except Kwame. I'm not.
Hop on the Patreon, yo. Give us some money. We'll give it back to you. And yeah. Please like, subscribe, all the things, and we'll see you again. Bye.
See you guys. Bye.